Hi, I'm Jenny. Welcome to the Lone Larch podcast. This is episode 15. I am in my house today because it has been very cold outside. So we're back in the living room. No knitting in the wild today. That's okay. I'm Jenny. I said that already. On Instagram and Etsy, you can find me as Lone Larch Designs. On something else. Ravelry, you can find me as jentastk, Jentastk. And that's really the only places that I am. I think Twitter's weird. I don't really get it. And all the other social media things are not for me. So, that's where you can find me. Today is the May 23rd. It is the May long weekend still, as I found out, remembered this morning. I had great, wonderful plans of getting all sorts of stuff done around town today, and then I woke up this morning and went, it's holiday Monday, nothing's gonna be open. So that was a bit of a fail, but whatever. So instead I'm gonna podcast, because I haven't done it in 2 weeks. Sorry. But I'm only gonna podcast when I want to, and I'm not gonna make it a chore, and so that's how long it took to happen. So that's that. I did that. I have many animals surrounding me, and we'll see if they come and sit on my lap throughout the thing, but right now they're all just staring at me, wondering why on earth I'm talking to my phone and not to them. But yeah, moving on. For podcast love, I forgot my mini socks, shoot. I have not been watching a lot of podcasts because I have been completely and ridiculously addicted to Gilmore Girls. Now, if some of you may know me and may know the fact that I have watched Gilmore Girls probably 6-7 times from beginning to end, all seasons, everything. So for me to be watching them all over again is totally ridiculous. But I love it. And I love it. So no podcast recommendations really today. I love Gilmore Girls. I can't believe I'm admitting that. I guess I've already admitted it on Instagram quite a bit, but I've been watching Gilmore Girls. We just got Show Me, which I think is like the Canadian Netflix. It's another Netflix type thing. We just got Show Me, and the OC is on Show Me. Now the OC is special in my heart because when I was in college, there was my group of friends in college. We would skip class and study and within our little group and watch the OC. And this is when I was like 25 years old. You'd think that I would be a little bit over the OC and the whole drama of it. No. We got completely addicted to it. It's kind of like me and Gilmore Girls right now. Ridiculous that I'm watching it, but the storylines and the drama, I don't know. It's just mindless entertainment, and it has its place. I like it every once in a while. So I've now just admitted to the world that I love the OC and Gilmore Girls. Whatever. We each have our vices, right? Other vice? Pretty mugs. Yeah. You've seen this one already, but isn't it gorgeous? I can't remember. Jumping Creek Pottery. My friend Heather gave it to me for my birthday last year. I think it was last year. Isn't it gorgeous? It's massive, so I only ever fill it like this full of whatever I'm drinking. But I love using it because it's so pretty. Anyway, enough blabbering about my guilty pleasures. I've been very busy. I've been doing lots of things. I met my brother and my parents for lunch, and my Auntie Susie, who is visiting from Texas. I haven't seen her in quite a few years, so it was awesome to see her, and she got to meet Emmy, which was really fun. I also met, that morning before I met my family, I got to meet Joanne from... Joanne? Oh shoot. Are you Joanne or Joanna? Joanna. It's Joanna. I hope. I'm sorry. I'm the worst. I am the worsted. Anyway, we met for coffee because she bought a bag for me. and I thought, I looked through her shop. She has a shop as well. She's Creative Mojo on Etsy. She has a shop as well. So I looked through her bags and I found one that I liked. And so I sent her a message and say, hey, let's do a swap instead. And I'm coming to Calgary, so let's go for coffee. So we did. And I had a great time. She's awesome to chat with. She reminds me a lot of my older sister, April. She is the sister that I had on as a co-host. They're both drama performance people, the very polar opposite of me. But anyway, her mannerisms and just the way she is really reminded me of my sister. So anyway, that was really fun. We went down to Stash. I bought some needles and I did not make her buy this, but I did not tell her not to buy some yarn. I think, what was it, Joanna? I think it was it Sweet Georgia? I can't remember what it was, but it was a glorious color of green and blues and like oceany, beautiful. Kind of the colors of the painting actually in the background. Glorious. Anyway, they were having a big sale, and so I can't remember. She just blamed it on me because I keep, what's the word? Enabling her for different yarns. Totally unknowingly doing so. Anyway, maybe it's because I took her to the yarn shop. I don't know. Anyway, she blamed that yarn on me too. I don't mind. I'll take credit. You're welcome. It's beautiful yarn, and if it makes you happy, bring it home. As long as you have the money in the bank, your bills are paid, whatever makes you happy, right? Right. So yeah, I had a great visit with her. One of my nieces turned 5, so Emmy and I went up for her birthday party. Got to hang out with family, walk in the forest. What else have we done? 1,001 things. It feels like I've done all the things. Oh, I went on a hike with my friend Jay and Tanis. Those two are part of the college crew that watched the OC all the time. So yeah, it was really awesome to see them. Jay's moving to Australia for a year. And so that was kind of our goodbye thing for the year. And Tanis is just graduated from nursing school and is awesome and a superstar. And yeah, so we went for an adventure in the forest, thinking it was going to be like a, hour and a half little quick walk. And we took the Beagle, and the Beagle ended up finding some coyotes. And I don't know if they got in a scrap because I didn't actually see any of the altercation, but there was some yipping, and there was some baying, and there was a lot of noise happening in the bush. And I was pretty certain that he was going to get taken out by the pack because he is one Beagle, and coyotes are in packs, and I didn't think it was a good situation, but 45 minutes later, after honking the horn of the FJ and hollering a whole bunch into the bush, he reappeared, not a scratch on him, and he's fine, but a little bit of stress. So that was, and as I said to Jay and Tanis, never a dull moment when you're with Jenny. What else has been going on? Lots of knitting, lots of sewing, lots of walks with Bird. That's about it. It sounds boring now, but it's just been go, 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 go. So that's enough of that. So that's shenanigans. If you watch Amy Beth. What is going on with my hair? Hold on. My hair is getting really long and shaggy. Can you tell? It's time for a haircut. I think I have about a week and a half, and then haircut will be happening. Appointment is made. I cannot wait. It just needs a tidy. As everyone knows, when you have short hair, especially with mine, I swear mine grows like a month, an inch a month, if not more. Maybe. No, how long does it probably grow? A ridiculous amount. It grows so fast. So having short hair, I really have to keep on top of it and clean up my ears and all that sort of thing. See, my ears are completely disappeared into my hair. But not that you care about what my hair looks like. So, let's talk about some stuff. Okay, so, I was going to do questions first, and then we'll do For the Love of Trees. So, okay, I have a few questions in the Ravelry group. There is a Ravelry group called the Lone Larch Podcast. Search that, join if you want. It's pretty slow going, zero pressure. I check it every couple days. I'm not on Ravelry a lot, so I don't know why I'm telling you this, but if you want to get a hold of me, don't do it through the Ravelry group or don't do it through Ravelry. Do it through Instagram. I'll get that instantly on my phone. Instantly. Anyway, that's the easiest way to message me. So, the questions. I'm kind of scatterbrained today. Whatever. Jasmine, she lives in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, which is east from us. It's the next province over. It is in Canada. She asked me about some tree recommendations. She has a very blank slate of a backyard and she wanted to know what kind of trees to plant. Now, this is a very open-ended question, so I'm actually not going to give you, well, I might give you a few recommendations, but this is a very open-ended question because there's lots of things that are going to go into play here. I don't know what the exposure of the yard is. I don't know what the size of the yard is. I don't know. I don't live in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, so Moose Jaw is different from Olds, even though it's in the same, I mean, it's in the same country, but as everyone knows, you drive 2 hours down the road and the climate can be completely different, and especially in Alberta, that's true. Where I live, it's a big Chinook belt. Sorry, I'm kind of stuffy. Allergies and stuff. It's a big Chinook belt where I live, and a Chinook is where warm winds come in the winter, and they will melt all the snow, and they will make it like plus 15 in the middle of winter. And so that plays into what trees will and will not grow here. For instance, cedar. Cedar does not grow well here because of that shock of the hot, cold all through the winter. But you go up to Edmonton, which is 2 hours away, and cedars grow like crazy. They grow really, really well. So what I'm trying to say is I don't know what you should put in your backyard because I don't live in Moose Jaw. But you should go find your local tree nursery or, well, yeah, tree nursery, and just go talk to them about it. Find out what your zone is and find out how big your area is that you want to fill with trees or shrubs or whatever you're going to choose, and they will be happy to give you some recommendations. And just go in there with what attributes you want. Do you want fall color? Do you want flowering? Do you want fruit bearing? Do you want coniferous? Do you want something that's going to be green all year round so that you have some winter interest? Or do you want something with interesting bark that's a deciduous tree, so you're going to have the bark color as your winter interest? You need to think about all these different things, and then they'll be happy to give you recommendations. And the only thing that I was going to say, to be certain of, don't do this at a place like Walmart or Home Depot. They are not a nursery. They get the same stock as everybody else across the country gets from Bylands, which is a place in BC. They just get shipped a bunch of stuff and they sell it. This is kind of general, but they don't have the tree knowledge that a tree nursery will have to give you the proper advice of what to put in your yard. So go to a tree nursery and just go talk to somebody. All people that I know that work at tree nurseries, they love trees. They are going to want to tell you about all these different plants that are your options, and they're going to want to talk to you about it. They're not going to blow you off. And if they do, go to a different tree nursery because you don't want to deal with them anyway. Find a local tree. Yeah. So, Jasmine, I hope that helps. I mean, I didn't just tell you what trees to plant, but that's where you need to start because it is so specific to where you live that you need to go talk to someone that lives in your area and they'll give you the proper advice. The other question that I was asked was somebody really likes my earrings. Who was it? Knit Girl 2006 really likes my earrings. I got these last year at Knit City, not at Knit City. I got them last year in Vancouver when I was there for Knit City. They are tunnels, so they are stretchers. My ear is actually that wide, and yeah, so that's where I got them. I just got them at a little shop in, I can't even remember what it was. I can't even remember where the shop was or what it was called, but I saw them and I've been looking for something very similar to them forever, so they came home with me. So those are my earrings. one more thing about the Ravelry group is I did put the tiny sock pattern up that I use from my brain, but there is a mistake in it because my sister April is test knitting it for me, and she found a missing row in there, and there's supposed to be an extra purl row when you're doing the heel flap. There's supposed to be one more purl row to get you back to the right side, and I'm going to fix that right after I finish recording this. So if anyone has used it and has found that, it's a mistake. It's definitely a mistake. And sorry, and I'll fix it. Okay, questions are done. For the love of trees. For the love of trees. For the love of trees this week. Let's see how many times I can say for the love of trees. I've been seeing this a lot lately, and it is the topping of trees. And I'm going to tell you why this is a bad practice. Topping of trees is a bad practice, period. And I found I didn't want to get up on my soapbox and preach for half an hour about why it's bad, because I get really ragey about it. So I found on the website Trees Are Good, which is kind of a offshoot from the ISA website, which I always talk about. They have a whole little pamphlet here about why topping trees is bad. So I'm just going to read a couple little excerpts from it, and then you can go, I'll put the link up at the bottom, you can go and read the full thing if you're interested. Now, topping trees is when someone goes to a tree that's too tall and pretty much just cuts off every branch all the way around to make it, I call them lollipop trees. So they pretty much cut off all the leaves, all the canopy, so the tree has no way of getting nutrients anymore. So, and I'm going to insert some pictures here of some examples that I found around town, and Amy has found around town, of what it looks like and how horribly ugly it is. Yeah. So, why topping hurts trees? I'm reading off my iPad. Not that you need to know that. Okay, I haven't done this in 2 weeks. Can you tell? Topping is perhaps the most harmful tree pruning practice known, yet despite more than 25 years of literature and seminars explaining its harmful effects, topping remains a common practice because of miseducation or uneducation. Topping is the indiscriminate cutting of tree branches to stubs or to lateral branches. Lateral is when they come out laterally. That are not large enough to assume the terminal role. Other names for topping include heading, tipping, hat racking, or rounding over. Topping is often used to reduce the size of a tree. A homeowner may feel that the tree has become too large for his or her property, or that all tall trees may pose an unacceptable risk. Topping, however, is not a viable method of height reduction, and certainly does not reduce future risk. In fact, topping will increase risk in the long term. Main point. You think that you're getting rid of the risk by taking off the height, but with the new growth coming in, you're actually making it more risky. You're shooting yourself in the foot. It is the absolute worst thing that you could possibly do. And I will tell you why in a moment here. There's a little bit about the biology of it. Topping leads to decay. Correct pruning cuts are made just beyond the branch collar at the point of attachment. The tree is biologically equipped to close such a wound, provided a tree is healthy enough and the wound is not too large. Cuts made along a limb between lateral branches create stubs with wounds that the tree may not be able to close. The exposed wood tissue begins to decay. Normally, a tree will wall off or compartmentalize the decaying tissue, but few trees can defend the multiple severe wounds caused by topping. The decay organisms are given a free path to move down through the branches. What else was I going to read for you? The survival mechanism that causes a tree to produce multiple shoots below each topping cut comes at a great expense to the tree. These shoots develop from buds near the surface of the old branches. Unlike normal branches that develop in a socket of overlapping wood tissues, these new shoots are anchored only in the outermost layers of the parent branches and are weakly attached. So that is where the risk comes in. You have weakly attached branches because they are just attached to the very outside of the tree. So once those get too big, winds come up, snowfalls happen in the end of May, as just happened to us yesterday. Anything like that, those unions are weaker and they will fall off. They will completely fail and your tree will be toast. Topping trees makes trees ugly. Refer to pictures. Okay. The cost of topping trees is not limited to only the job cost. Some hidden costs of toppings include increasing maintenance cost. If the tree survives, it will likely require corrective pruning within a few years. For example, crown reduction or storm damage repair. If the tree dies, it will just have to be removed. Reduced property value. Healthy, well-maintained trees can add 10 to 20% of the value of a property. Disfigured top trees are considered an impending expense. So people aren't going to buy your house if they've got disgusting topped poplars or disgusting top trees, period, because it's just more expense they're going to have to pay later on. Increased liability potential. Top trees may pose an unacceptable level of risk. Because topping is considered an unacceptable pruning practice, any damage caused by branch failure of a topped tree may lead to a finding of negligence in a court of law. So if you have a tree that's previously been topped, it ends up falling on your house, your insurance may not cover it, because I don't know how it factors in with if you aren't the one that did the pruning or approved the job or whatever. Now we're getting into some legal stuff that is beyond me. But if you are the one that's okayed that job, that yes, go top that tree and make it totally risky, and then 10 years later, those massive branches that are now this big and poorly attached to the trunk fall on top of your house, your insurance is not going to cover it. So that is that. Can you see how ranty I get? Oh my goodness. Okay, so the other thing, just the very last thing I'm going to talk about the topping thing is alternatives that you have to topping. Sometimes a tree must be reduced in height or spread, such as for providing for utility line clearance. There are recommended techniques for doing so. Small branches should be removed back to their point of origin. If a larger limb must be shortened, it should be pruned back to a lateral branch that is large enough, at least 1/3 the diameter of the limb being removed, to assume the terminal role. This method of branch reduction helps to preserve the natural form of the tree. However, if large cuts are involved, the tree may not be able to close over and compartmentalize the wounds. Sometimes the best solution is to remove the tree and replace it with a species that is more appropriate for the site. Period. That's all I'm going to say, so I don't go into a rant. The website for that is treesaregood.com, and I think you can just search why topping. Actually, you know what I did? Is I wrote in Google, what did I write? Why is topping trees bad, or something like that. And it was the first website to come up, and it is a perfect little brochure that explains it really well. So go look it up and read about it and educate the masses. And if you see, or if you hear of anyone that is debating that, topping the trees, please educate them otherwise. So if you're worried about your trees, call your local arborist. They are happy to come out, give you an estimate, give you advice, give you whatever you need, education about what can be done. Do that, please, instead of hiring the guy down the street with a chainsaw and a boom, and do it responsibly. That's it. Don't top trees. Oh, okay, so remember how last time I was talking about the tree climbing competition that's happening in Olds on June the 18th? Well, Olds Fiber Week, which happens at Olds College, is also on June the 18th. It's that weekend as well. So for all of my fibery friends, if you're planning on coming to Fiber Week, walk down the college grounds about 3.5 minutes to the south, and you will see the tree climbing competition happen, and you will see me, and I will wave at you and probably come and give you a hug if you tell me who you are. So, more, more motivation and reason to come see the tree climbing competition. Tree climbing competition, Fiber Week, lots of fibery goodness, lots of happy people flying through the air in trees. Sounds like we're acrobats. Some of us are acrobats. It's pretty amazing to watch. So, very exciting. Olds College in Olds, Alberta, June 18th. Come and see it all happen. It's going to be a really, really fun weekend. And I don't know how I'm going to fit it all in because I'm volunteering. Am I going to be stuck at a station and then want to just go and look at all the yarn all day? Oh, the two sides of Jenny are just going to be battling it out. Not really. There'll be time. Can you tell I'm excited? I'm really excited. So, should we talk about some knitting after 100 years of me blabbing about other stuff? I only have one FO and it's one tiny sock, and I'm going to go get it for you. So, be patient. Hold on. Don't worry, it's right here. Not gone long. So, do you know anyone that obsessively blocks their mini socks? Now you do. I decided this morning that I was going to block all my mini socks, and here they are. Now, I thought I had a lot more. It doesn't look like a lot now, but the collection is growing. So the one that is finished is this one. Yeah, it's this one. And that is the mini that I got from Yarn & Co. in Canmore a couple weekends ago when I was there, bringing Kathy home. And I am completely obsessed with this guy's yarn. And I can't remember how to say his last name, so I'm just going to look right now. Which bag is it in? So that I say it correctly. Oh, there's the pattern. I was looking for this stupid pattern for like 20 minutes before I was recording, and I was freaking out because I couldn't figure out where I'd put it. I put it in the bag where it's supposed to go. Anyway, this is the yarn. I love his yarn. It's my new obsession, and I want to buy all of it. And I'll show you the rest of, I'll show you more of his yarn in a minute. So, that guy, I'm going to try and say it, because really, I can talk Latin with plants and stuff, but I can't pronounce names. I'm ridiculous. Richard De Vries. I love it. And he's the guy that I was gushing about last time. He used to dye for Koigu, and now he's on his own, and he is magic. Magic. I'll show you again, sideways. It's this guy right here. Isn't it pretty? He just has such awesome speckling. And this actually, that's funny, this one is a Koigu. So can you see the similarities? I can. So look at all my baby socks. Aren't they cute? I need to get going if I'm going to have enough for all the garlands for Christmas. And Shannon, sorry, I completely failed with the blanket blitz and the mini blitz and whatever you were calling it. I completely failed because I got totally sidetracked with 1,000 other things that I'm working on. Literally have 5 works in progress right now. I'm kind of ashamed. We'll talk about that more in a minute. So that's my one FO, one tiny sock. But I do have 1,000 work in progress that I will now show you. First of all, I made it to a checkpoint on the, this is what I used to work, okay, tangent. This is what I used to use for project bags before I knew that there were project bags. It's a stuff sack from a Patagonia jacket that Jared bought like 100 years ago. And I have about 3 or 4, I think I have 4 of these. They're just little stuff sacks, like camping stuff sacks. You get them when you buy a Patagonia jacket. And they're perfect for projects. They're perfect for project bags. So I'm reverting back to old times. This is A Walk in the Woods by somebody that I can't remember. And I don't know if yes, I do have the pattern. Starting to get there. A Walk in the Woods by Lisa Haynes. Haynes. This pattern was gifted to me, and I love it. Yes, the color is amazing. And I got to the end of these, the one color, what's the wording I'm trying to use? The one color, I got to the end of that, and then as you can see here, I've added the second color. I just did it 2 rows of it maybe, and then this is where the color work comes in. And so when I got to that checkpoint, I gave myself a high five and then put it down and started working on some other stuff, because what I've decided I'm going to do is, because I have 5 works in progress that I want to work on all the time, I am I'm dividing my time between all of my works in progress. Each work in progress gets 2 days of full work. I don't work on anything else except for that one project for 2 days. However much knitting time happens to happen in those 2 days. And then I put it to the side and I pick up the next work in progress. And then the next 2 days gets all the attention on that work in progress. I sound crazy saying this out loud right now. It's the only way that I could calm myself down, because I just want to work on all the things that I have going right now because they're all glorious. So I guess that's good. That's what I'm doing. I'm dividing my custody between all of my works in progress. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now. So this is Haven Yarns. It's DK. I'm doing it in DK. The pattern's written for worsted, but I'm doing it in DK instead. The colorway is Vineyard, I think. And the contrast that I'm going to use, I'll find right here, hold on. I think it's called Cosmic. I can't remember, and I couldn't find the tag because Emmy takes my tags and she cuts them. Because, oh no, ha, they're right here. She stole the other one. Yeah, Cosmic, look at that. That's this one. And then the Vineyard is this. So I remember, okay, now I remember. I'm totally blaming Emmy for something that she didn't do, but she did steal my other tags and she cuts them up. She must like the weight of them, or so the feel when she cuts them, I don't know. But whatever. Yeah, see, look at this one. She cut this one. She just trims the edges off for some reason. Oh, and writes her name on them. You're the best, Bird. So, that's my walk in the woods. I'm totally happy with it. Because I'm doing it in DK instead of worsted, I think I'm using a 4.5. And I've used these so much that it's worn off. These are my Addict turbos. Oh no, it's right there. Is it? Oh no, they're 4s. That's right, you're supposed to use 4.5s for worsted, but I decided to use 4s. So I'm using my Addict turbos, interchangeable sets, and yeah, I've gotten to the next checkpoint, so I'm pretty pumped to see how the color work is gonna turn out. It's all geometric and stuff. So that's that one. Work in progress number 1. Back into the Patagonia bag. Work in progress number 2. My seashore. Oh, I was gonna grab a hanger and I forgot it. Oh, well, I'm looking around like there's gonna be a hanger laying in the middle of my living room floor. Probably not. I have done a lot on this. I was stressing out when I should stop doing the striping, and every single night I was working on it going, should I just rip it off? Should I just break the thread and just continue on with the tan? Should I keep going? Am I gonna have enough yarn? And one night I just went, stop being ridiculous and just rip the yarn and get going, because it was kind of bugging me, flipping back and forth every 2 rows. First world knitting problems, I don't know. So I'm trying to get the needles sorted here so they're not all over the place when I lift it up. There we go. So this is my seashore. Oh yeah, look how big it's getting. Holy cow. So here, let me move the bag. I don't know, that much. I've done that much. It's huge. Last time I showed you, I was like here. So I've done quite a bit of work on it, and I love it. And I'm going to enter it for, sorry, I'm probably cutting my head off. Yep. I'm going to enter it into Periscoping Sue. Periscoping Sue? Since when is she called Periscoping Sue? Sue Stokes, that does periscopes every weekday morning. She's doing a featherweight cal / fingering weight sweater cal. And so I am going to use her cal to kick my butt into gear to keep going on it. Because fingering weight does take about 1,000 years to make a sweater in, but I love the weight, I love the fabric. This is going to be my Knit City sweater. I love it because I'm not going to have time to make another sweater before Knit City, which I don't need anyway because it's always really warm. So I'm thinking that this is going to be the perfect thing for it. I was going to show you where I got to. Did I take out this thing? Really? Oh no, here. That's how much I've done since I showed you last time. I thought it was way more than that. It feels like way more than that because it's fingering weight. It takes 1,000 years to make a sweater. But whatever, I love it. Pretty great, right? I love it. I hate when I sit back. That makes the coloring in my living room makes me look like I'm ill. Uh-oh. Hold on. Repair. Okay, so that's coming along magnificently, I think. You tired of looking at it? And I've told you the yarn 1,000 times. The color is Caitlin French, These Secrets, and Cascades Heritage. What is that doing in there? That is the wrong tag. Cascades Heritage Solids. So it's coming along fantastically. That's that one. This is one of my first bags that I ever made. It's got those little snaps on it. I love it. I love it. The 1,000 zipper pulls on it. Oh, the Seashore by Isabel Kramer. I should probably tell you that too, right? That'd be helpful. Dad's socks. Dad's socks are in this, I believe. Another one of my tiny project bags that I wouldn't put in didn't want to put in the shop because they were not up to snuff. This is my dad's socks for his carrot feet. I tried them on when we went for lunch the other day at my brother's house, and they fit him, and I got a few more measurements so that I can make them fit properly. Because of the shape of his foot, instead of just doing the toe increases and then knitting forever, to do the foot, I've been increasing. What did I do? I did it straight till here, and then I did a 4-stitch increase, and then knit another inch, and then a 4-stitch increase, and then I'm going to do another 4-stitch increase, I think, and it's going to take me to 72 stitches, I think. And then I'm going to do the heel flap as normal, and then I'll do an inch of the, I should take a picture of my, well, that's kind of weird. I'll take a picture of my dad's feet so you can understand why I'm changing it so much. Once I do an inch of the leg, then I'm going to continually go up an inch, or I mean 4 stitches every inch, I think, to accommodate his legs. But how awesome is that yarn turning out? I really like it. Can anyone guess what it is? It's pretty well known. It is Regia. I'm trying to find the right one because there's two. The tan toe is just the Regia 4-ply. Oh, good grief. Oh my good grief. That's the tan toe. It's just the 4-ply. I need to be putting these back in the bags instead of on the table in front of me. And the color stuff is an Arnie and Carlos colorway 03657. I love it. My dad loves it. He's very happy with them. while we were sitting and chatting at lunch, I was knitting away on them, and I could see him out of the corner of my eye just watching me, and he said, "This is so cool watching my socks being made right before my very eyes." So that makes me happy. So they're coming, Dad. I haven't actually done much since I saw him, but they'll get their 2 days of work coming very soon. Their rotation is coming up. Oh, I'm showing you the wrong side. Well, the bottom of the foot. This is going to be the top of the foot. Pretty good. What is this? Oh, random baby picture of Jared that's in my knitting bag. Doesn't he look like Emmy? Or Emmy look like him? Pretty cute. There's your random knitting bag item for the week. Dad's socks. I'm not doing anything. There's no pattern on that. I'm just doing rounded heel flap for the heel and a wedge toe, long wedge toe, I think. Not actually a pattern. We're just letting the yarn show off. Okay, Nessa's socks. Yes, everyone knows who Nessa is, right? Of the, I can't remember her podcast right now. Are you kidding me? What is her podcast called? She's my favorite. What is it called? I'll put it at the bottom of the screen. I'm the worsted. It's gone. Who cares? Keep on going. So first I'm going to show you this bag. This is the bag that Joanna of the Knitting Mojo swapped with me. I love it. The colors are amazing. The toadstools are perfect. And I love it. Drawstring. Never had a drawstring bag before. Pretty good. Very well made. She hand stitches the bottom, the liner closed. I do not hand stitch it. I use my machine. She's awesome. So look at that one more time and how beautiful it is. Oh, this is her button that she puts on everything. And she, instead of having a tag, she has this little button, which I think is a great idea. So that's her bag. Inside of her bag is, why the hell can I not remember her name? It's Nessa. Everybody knows Nessa. This is her new sock pattern that I am test knitting. It is called I Heart Bees. Where's my sock blocker? And it's awesome. It's super intuitive. How about I don't pull the stitches off the needles? Rookie move. I'm test knitting it for her. Did I say that already? It's a very simple cable pattern. Oh, it's kind of blown out, sorry. But, pardon me, tiny socks. I'll show you when it's not on, because then you can see the cable pattern better. She has a couple of people test knitting it for her right now, and then it will be released as soon as that's done. She did send me the dates of when that's happening, but I can't remember right now. It's not anytime soon, so I'll let you know when that's going to happen. So far, it's going awesome. I'm doing the 72 stitch version, I think. Because of the cable pattern, it makes your gauge quite a bit different. So I'm doing one size up from what I would normally do, essentially, so that it's the right size. Why was I looking at this? I can't remember. Oh, which one I'm doing. She has 3 sizes. There's a 56 stitch count, a 62 stitch count, and a 72 stitch count. I lie, I'm doing the 62, not 72. So there's the 3 sizes, and she does it by your leg circumference, and then you choose what size is going to work right for you. This yarn is more of my new favorite yarn, and the tag's right here. It's the Richard DeVries. It's too close, so it's not focusing, sorry. The colorway is Lake of Bays. I love it so very much. Lake of Bays, his what was I gonna say? His skeins he does half skeins, so they're not really half skeins. They're 65 grams and 225 yards. So they're smaller skeins, but I just got 2 of them, and then I use 1 per sock, obviously. But in the cake, good grief, in the cake it looks like this. It's magic. It's so beautiful. And watching the speckles come through is just so much fun. So I'm really enjoying this, Nessa. The pattern is written really well. I went through the repeat once, and it's memorized. I don't even have to look at the pattern. I just keep track of what row I'm on so that I don't accidentally do too many recovery rows. Super intuitive, and it's going really fast, and it's ridiculously addictive. So cast your ears on as soon as, there, that's better. Then you can see the hexagons a little bit. Cast your ears on as soon as the pattern's released, because they're beautiful. And I thought the long cuff was a bit much, but I really like the longer cuff, and I think I'm going to do it more. I'm going to suck it up because I hate doing 1 by 1 rib. I'm going to suck it up and do it on more of my socks because I really like how much cuff there is. I'm doing mine on 2.25s because my gauge is wacky. So I'm doing mine on 2.25s. Don't hate me. I guess, I don't know. Please don't hate me. I figured it was the best way for me to do it. So that's Nessa's socks. Stay tuned for that. And the last work in progress, are you bored yet, is my squishy shawl, Le Moyeu. Now, I'm completely addicted to this thing and I want it to be done right now. However, I still have so much yarn left. It's ridiculous. But it's massive. Well, it seems massive because before it was like a ponytail length, wasn't it? Was that the last thing I did? Maybe it was the handkerchief, I can't remember. It's getting pretty big. So this is the right side. It's pretty big. Okay, it's still tiny. But it's getting bigger. It is so slow. But it's the same as Nessa's socks. It's so addictive because I don't know why, it just is. It's just magically addictive. Now, last time I showed you, I was, all the way down here. So yeah, it was a tiny little triangle. And now I have a significant amount. This is how much I did yesterday, maybe. No, that's how much I did this morning. So I'm definitely progressing, and I'm starting to be able to read the knitting, which is really exciting. Now, I had to do surgery the other night. Oh my good grief. I was not in a proper frame of mind to be doing brioche. Let's just put it that way. I completely screwed up. I had a bit like right in the middle here where I started doing burp row instead of a bark row. So there was this stupid line going across all of the beautiful bark rows, and I nearly lost my mind. So I had to go back 4 rows, I think. Going back in brioche is, when you don't really know what's going on, is a little bit insane. It was very stressful to say the least, but I did it. You can't even tell that I screwed it up. And it's back to being magical. And I actually did another repair 2 days ago on the corner. I don't know what I did, but I started ripping back the wrong yarn first. Oh my good grief. So I honestly don't know how I made it look right, but it's fine. You can't tell. Looking at it now, I can't even tell where that was. So I'm totally winning. It's very exciting. So yeah, this is my Le Moyeu, and I can't wait to know what I was going to put on the other way, because it's, oh my goodness. It's interesting to see who likes which side better. Kathy likes the gray side better. I like the both sides better. Isn't it awesome? I can't wait for it to be done. So this is going to be another Knit City article that I'll be wearing. I can't wait for it to be done. And I've been actually cheating on everything else with it. It got longer than 2 days. I think it got 4 days worth of custody for me. So totally cheating. Sorry, technical difficulties. Okay, Le Moyeu by Mina Phillips. So that is all my works in progress. And because I have 1,000 works in progress going on right now, I have decided that I'm going to take part in the Stash Dash. I have never done this before. If you don't know what the Stash Dash is, the Knit Girls have a YouTube video. They just put it up about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago maybe, explaining what the Stash Dash is. It's essentially a massive competition to see how many yards, meters, they count them in meters, you can knit in a certain amount of time. It starts May the 27th, and then I think it goes for 3 months or so, maybe longer than that, but you count how much yardage you get through, and you can qualify for the 3K, the 5K, and then the 10K or something like that. And I'm gonna give it a go. I don't know how far I'll get, but I want to get all of these off the needles and complete, so I'm gonna try and use that for my motivation to do it. So check out the Stash Dash video to get more information. What else is going on? That's really all I have to say. The only thing is I'm going to have more bags on Friday. I had great, wonderful plans of getting fabric today, and I found this really awesome fabric here in town that I'm going to give it a go. But it's a holiday Monday, so the fabric store is closed. So I'll be getting that tomorrow and working through that. So Friday there will be some more bags. I'm not going to say exactly when. I'm just going to do the Instagram announcement as I've been doing, which seems to be working pretty good. And it's less pressure for me, which is really good too. So that's all I have to say. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being patient and waiting for 2 weeks. And till you could see my lovely, crazy red face again. And see you soon. Big kiss. Mwah. Bye.